Today we look at the G2 update for the Nuraphone. There's actually a number of updates with this G2 update, and it does actually fix a lot of the issues that I had with the Nuraphone. First off, we've got active noise cancelling. The Nuraphone originally only had noise isolating. It actually worked really good to start off with, but now with active noise cancelling, they're even better. Now when listening to movies or music, it seems to block out almost all sounds around you. I actually think that was really cool that Nura planned ahead with the design of these headphones and put the microphones or whatever that was needed in the build so that they could update these in the future and add the noise cancelling. I'm not sure why they didn't actually come with active noise cancelling to start off with. Maybe they hadn't got it quite right yet with the software, as it was a Kickstarter and they were trying to get it out by a certain date. However, it was really cool that they could add it now and it works really good. The active noise cancelling actually works in hand with the social mode, which is another update. You can turn the social mode on and off using the app. It has a little headphone button. You can also control it with the new touch controls. The social mode seems to use outside microphones on the headphone to send outside sounds into the headphone. Similar to some Sony's headphones, it actually makes the outside sounds louder. So even if you scratch your arm, it sounds louder than it normally would. So it's great if someone's trying to talk to you or anything like that. It won't work quite as well if your music is at full volume, obviously because how loud your music is, but you will still hear more than normal. Social mode also turns off the immersion setting, so you won't get as much bass while you have it on. You also have more touch button controls now, with a single tap or a double tap on each side. So now you'll have 4 options to control your headphone, whereas previously you only had 2. You'll also have control over that social mode now if you choose to have that as one of your 4 options. And they now also added volume up and down to those controls. You'll also now get a spoken battery level, so as well as a greeting welcome back when you put the headphones on, you will now get a battery percentage just after that. And they also added in an audible charging signal, so it will tell you when the headphones are charging, because previously you weren't always sure if they were charging or not. I think both of these additions are really good. They've also added an offline mode. Previously, if you had no Wi-Fi, you couldn't control the headphones. I actually did find this out on a recent plane trip with the AUX cable with the airplane headphone adapter, so I could watch movies on the flight. I thought it'd be great. The Nuraphone give you that cinematic boom and rumble to the movies, but when I got on the flight, I couldn't adjust the immersion on the headphones because you need Wi-Fi to run the app and you need the app to adjust the immersion. So I was lucky that I had it on a good level to start off with, but I wasn't able to adjust it during the flight. You really need to be able to adjust that immersion. They're really good to have the immersion high when watching movies. It gives you that big boom, the real cinematic feel. But when listening to music, a lot of songs or a lot of genres of music, that immersion is just too much and you need to back it off. So I'm really happy they added that offline mode. They also added Bluetooth quick switch. You won't really notice anything different with the app with this or the headphones, but if you go to a device that was previously connected, you go to the Bluetooth settings and connect the headphones, it will disconnect from the current device and connect to that new device. So now if you're using your computer, you can turn them on, they'll switch across. If you want to go back to your phone, in the Bluetooth settings, hit connect, and it'll switch back across. With this, they also added a discoverable mode in the settings. So if they are connected to a device already, such as your phone, and you now want to add them to a computer, you can put them into discoverable mode. They should come up in the Bluetooth settings on your next device, and you can add them. Previously you had to disconnect all other devices, let them turn off, put them back on, and then they would go into discoverable mode. They're also meant to be better now for phone calls. However, I don't really use them for phone calls, so this wasn't a real big impact for me. A few other little things that I noticed is there's a few updates to the app. A few things have been moved around. There's some active images and the app's just looking really nice. Another thing I noticed is if you are listening to them and you need to take them off for any reason, you might want to change your jumper, anything like that, they don't disconnect as quickly. If you put them back on, in 1 or 2 seconds, they'll reconnect. They won't give you the welcome back or anything like that like they used to, so you can go straight back to listening to music. And they actually seem to take about 1 or 2 minutes to fully disconnect from your phone, or you can just close the app. So I actually really like that, because I actually found that a little bit annoying if you had to take them off for any reason, just for a second, they had to all reconnect again. The only thing that I wish that they did update with this that they didn't was control over the immersion setting using the touch buttons. If you are using them with a computer or through the AUX on an aeroplane, like examples that I gave before, you can't control that immersion setting. And that is the biggest thing with these headphones, is the immersion setting, the big rumble. It gets too much with some music. Sometimes when you're watching movies you want to pump it up a little bit. You will have to disconnect it from your computer or your AUX device, connect it to your phone, up or down the immersion setting, then reconnect it to what you were using. That's really the only thing that makes these feel not quite finished, is the control over that immersion. But other than that, I really like this update. It's really cool that Nura has continued upgrading these or updating these. Hopefully there's more to come. Hopefully they update that immersion control, and I hope this video was helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.